Good morning, friends. Happy Thursday. It is a gloomy, rainy day. 40 degrees out. And I got my coffee right here in one of my favorite Bluebird mugs. I have my smoothie over there, and I'm working on this mystery crochet along clue, and I have 2 rounds left to do. The first 3 rounds was this half double crochet here, which was done in the 3rd loop on the back. So you can see that normally you would go through the front loops here, but if you turn it over, there is another loop back here, and then that's what gives it this ridge. So now I am doing what she's called the petal roll, and the petal roll looks like this. So it is a chain 7, and then the second chain from the hook you do a single crochet, then a half double crochet, 2 doubles, 2 triples, and then you skip 3 stitches right here and you slip into the 4th one, and it gives you this petal look. So, and we've done that before in this quilt, but just trying to see if I can find a petal right down here. So this is a petal right here. So this row will take a little bit. So I will be working on this morning a little bit before deciding what needs to be done today. So, but until then, I'm going to enjoy my coffee and my breakfast and work on this and just see what the day brings. Friends, happy Thursday. How are you? I'm doing good. So been nothing but a rainy day today. We got up extra early because Miss Nala just didn't want us to go back to sleep. So been up since 7 o'clock. For some that's not early, for others that's real early. So but spent the morning. What did we do this morning? Because it was raining. It was in the 40s already, and it was raining, and we got lots of rain, better than the white stuff. And so made a pot of coffee. You would have saw that I was crocheting, and I didn't do too much more crocheting. that's going to take a while, and it was starting to bother my hand. The rain brings out my arthritis. So, but anyways, so I pulled out my cross stitch and I started working on that, and I did get the majority of the urn done. That I was off. I could not figure out where I was off from, and what it was I needed 2 more stitches, 1 on each side of the urn. So that threw some of the inside stuff off. So last night I spent a little time picking and redoing and everything, but I did get it done. And so I picked it up this morning, and I started on the peacock that was up on top of it. The urn, I still have a little bit more to go in it. And the peacock, I was just starting to do its body and stuff. So that's probably what I'll work on after a bit, trying to get that peacock done, and then the top part of the urn done, and then that section is done. And really all that's left for the rest of that page is the right side border. And there might be a couple vines in it, and then I think then I can go to the next page, and that will return me all the way over to the bottom left-hand corner of it, which is the border, the left border, and down the solid grass. So and then I decided to come into the sewing room later to start sewing on that mystery scrappy quilt blocks of 2026. And I started on block 5 because I actually, did I do block 5? Oh my goodness, now I'm wondering. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Phew, I thought maybe I did it twice, but I didn't. So I started on block 5 and finished block 5 right away, and started on then block 6. And I've been listening to an audio book, and recommended by my friend Miss Laney, and hook, line, and sinker. I really like it, and there's 3 in the series. So I've been listening to that, and got block 5 done, cut out block 6, sewed part of block 6 up, got it all put together, and I thought something's not right. I was missing a couple of squares. So I get up to recut them, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, these are bigger than what I just been sewing on. Sure enough, I sewed them all wrong, because they were cut. They should have been 2.5-inch squares, and I cut them to 1.5-inch squares, and no wonder it wasn't coming out. So that meant, after doing all that, because I was to the tail end of putting everything together, that meant I had to recut. So, oops, sorry, moved the camera. So I had to recut more of this, more of these 1.5-inch squares, and then more of these 2.5-inch squares. And this is for block 6, and I did get this part of the block done right here. This was really interesting, because all it is that you do your half square triangle first, then you have a triangle, you sew here and here, so it gives it that long angle, and then you take a square and you cut that in the, in the diagonal, and then you sew it all together. So I can't show you the finished one of block 6, because I'm going to be stopping, because it's getting late into the night to where supper's going. We are doing our beef stew tonight. So, but this is block 5. I did get block 5 done. So there is block 5. And then I'll show you again, because it's been a while since I had this up. This is black 4. I am using batiks and a white with a swirl in it from my stash. This is black 3. And this is stretching me on this stuff. But it's good to be like that every once in a while. Black 2. And black 1. Now today she did release black 11, 12. Oh, my Lanta. The one won't be so bad. The other one really won't be so bad, but they're tiny pieces, and it's really cute the way that it goes into a circle and stuff. But, yeah. And I would show you what this black's supposed to look like, but she doesn't give you pictures of them. You have to go to her. Just a second, you're setting on them, and I'll double check. I don't want to tilt it too bad. So, let me make sure I'm not telling you. Yeah. Well, it sort of does. This is a free pattern and everything. So that will be black 6 right there when it's done. So, and I got all the others waiting in line to be done. You know, you sit there and you think, oh, I should be able to cut these out and whip them right up. Because the way she has it done is there's always one super easy black with the bigger pieces. And then there's one that has several little tinier pieces. So, but other than that, that's all I've done today. Setting here. Good rainy day to set in here. It had been a good rainy day to do cross stitch too, but I was just feeling like I'm getting behind on this, because next Thursday that clue will show us how we join the blacks together, and there's cornerstones and sashing, and cornerstones are just little squares that go in the corners, and the sashing is what defines around it. So yeah, but if I can get pretty close, if I can get this done, you know, I just have to watch how she did this one square. She's calling, it's called diamond square, make 9 diamond in the square units. And it says use the easy corner triangle method to make a diamond in the square unit. I have to go back to her vlog, her video on black 5 and 6 to see what that is, because I'm sure I'm doing it wrong. So, and I know once I see it, I'll go, ah. So that's why you have all of these tinies, because it will have 4 of them right in there, so it will look like a diamond in between. So it'll kind of look like this, sort of, but in much bigger. But I wonder if there's an easier way than me sitting there and snowballing, putting the square on one corner and just doing all 9 one at a time. I want to see how she does that. So, but then that will be done. But I've been in here majority of the day, all afternoon. So, and then Jerry went out to the breezeway and was getting some area cleaned up so we can move the freezer, the walk-in freezer upright. I don't know what they call it. The kind looks like a refrigerator. Ready, so that we have to go buy something else for it so he can plug it in. and get that going, because our other freezer's full, and next Thursday we've got strawberries coming in from another, like the peach truck, but this is for strawberries, oranges, and caras from Florida. And we have to go up to Kentwood and pick them up next Thursday. And so we'll see how they look. It'll be a flat and a half of strawberries, but we don't have room in the freezer in the house or the chest freezer. So, but yeah, we really don't have anything going on. We did get the price quote back from the one gentleman, and just $2,000 more than what Jerry thought, but I figured that's about what it was going to be when Jerry gave me what he thought it should be. I just added a couple grand on there, but we're going to get a second quote from someone else. And that guy he's going to call Jerry in the morning about setting up a time, maybe sometime tomorrow. It's supposed to rain again all day tomorrow. It's supposed to be in the 60s. So in the garden, seed starting, everything's looking good. No begonias yet. No parsley yet. Basil has all sprung up, just little babies. Celery's looking good, and the cabbage is looking good. There's some of them are starting to get their true leaves that are starting to come out. So once they get a little bit more into that, then I will up pot them in the regular pot until they are ready to go out into the garden. And I don't think I have anything else really that needs to be started till the middle to the end of March. So I'm just thinking, but yeah. And the peppers haven't yet either, because I just started those, and those will take 10 days up to 2 weeks to germinate. But anyways, thanks for stopping by, my friends. I'm going to let you go so I can shut down the sewing room, go out in the sunroom where Mr. Jerry is, and put my feet up and maybe get that cross stitch out and work on that a little bit. So till we can meet up again, see you soon.